Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Squat Cobbler. I'm Kelly at KELLYTHUL on Twitter and Instagram, and with me, as always,
I am Bald Dr. Mike. You can follow me at Official Pagan on everything. And again, Bald Dr. Mike, which means when we hit 1,000 subscribers, Kelly's going to be a party host. So make sure you guys are hitting like and subscribe on this.
yeah. So you're getting your name wrong. Just to clarify, as a creator of the comments in the YouTube description and those types of things, you're not bald Doctor Mike. You're bald evil Mike. You've lost your doctor. We've added
I've, lo-
evil.
I've lost my hospital
That's
privileges.
what I was, and maybe we'll go with lion bald evil Mike. So just to fully clarify.
Again, people go back, check the tape. Kelly said at 1,000 subscribers, he was going to host a party for all of us.
I welcome you to go through the Zapruder film and find that. Go ahead and bring it up. I'm sure Mike will doctor something up at some point, but until that happens, we'll see. But what an awesome problem to have at some point in time. Something we're going to continue to strive towards. But today, we're here to give an update. We talked about this a little while before. It was a leak. There was some information on a Midway kind of Legends or Classics cabinet, and there was a list of games that might be on it. They weren't too sure, and it is now on the Arcade One Up website for your perusal. It's a real thing, and the most awesome thing is that it looks like nearly all the games that mattered that we were hearing about are on this console. So we just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about it. And provide you an update on what we're seeing through. So I have to imagine you were a little bit excited to see this, Mike.
Very excited. So I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. For anyone who doesn't know, I have the original Arcade One Up Mortal Kombat cabinet, which includes one, two, Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate. There is a difference for anybody who doesn't know. So Mortal Kombat 3 was rushed out to kind of cash in, and the game was unfinished. So they sent out patches to the arcade to kind of literally patch together a completed game. So, and they sent them out new marquees that said Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, since the reaction to the unfinished game wasn't spectacular.
Yeah, completed
So,
Mortal
yeah,
Kombat 3 didn't
I
quite
guess
have the
that's,
same
yeah, that sounds
cachet.
better than, hey, we kind of finished it this time.
Oh, it's really done this
Mortal
time.
Kombat 3.
Yeah, good.
And it's very fitting because, of course, today the official Red Band trailer for the new Mortal Kombat movie, new live action Mortal Kombat movie, was released.
So excellent on there. And so the original arcade one up you have has those three Mortal Kombat versions,
Correct.
and that's two player, and
Two player, yeah.
yeah, and that's
Which Mortal Kombat is. There, it's not like a four-player game or anything like that. Um, but yeah, the artwork is for Mortal Kombat 2, which Mortal Kombat 2 was the most successful of the original trilogy of the games. Had you asked me before, I would have always said Mortal Kombat 1 was my favorite because, of course, it's what introduced me to the franchise. And I remember the backlash of that. And, of course, as a kid, getting the feeling like you're playing something you're not supposed to be playing with all of the president talking about it in speeches and things like that. So it seemed like something new and exciting and dangerous. And the funny thing is that fighting games with digitized actors instead of sprites had been done before. It's just that the games weren't as good or as well known. So this had the sort of fluid gameplay of something like a Street Fighter, one of the sprite-based games, but with digitized actors. And people lost their minds, more conservative people, and especially Democrats, actually. So I shouldn't even say conservatives because a lot of the congressional hearings that came as a result of games like Mortal Kombat Night Trap, which used digitized actors, it was a Democratic push to have some of these games banned or censored. So we don't pick sides here.
nope.
Democrats or Republicans, just keep your hands off our games.
There you go. Absolutely, 100%. And our music too, because they were going after the music at the same point
That's
in
right.
time
Yeah,
too.
that's
Love the
right.
picture of Tipper Gore holding up Pyromania going, what's the message here? Burn! Burn the building! So, yeah, good stuff. But outside of all the Mortal Kombat awesomeness, the new class or the new Legends version here, sorry,
Yeah.
uh, contains quite a few other titles, including
That it
something
does.
I've mentioned before, Joust, as being very close to, if not my favorite arcade game amongst them. Joust is on there. Paperboy, I know that's a big one for you.
It is,
Um,
yeah.
Wizard of War, I'm a fan of. You aren't as familiar, but you'll love it.
No, so Wizard of War is actually the only game on this list, and so we were familiar with this, and we talked about this before because GameStop kind of leaked it by posting a quick stand-in page for when they would do their pre-orders, and then obviously pulling it down as quickly as possible. But of course, a number of people had already seen it because people keep an eye out for deals and things like that on game sites. And one of the speculations, which makes sense, is that maybe the game list wasn't finalized, because even though this is the Midway Legacy, and they had already announced the Capcom Legacy and the Namco Legacy editions, they had kind of teased something Midway or Mortal Kombat was coming at CES, and then it didn't come. And then there was this leak a little bit afterwards. So clearly they were finalizing something, whether it was the artwork, which I have to imagine it's more the games, because it's just keeping the Mortal Kombat 2 artwork for this. While the form factor is a little bit different because these legacy cabinets are a little bit larger and have a slightly different design to them to better match the original arcade cabinets, it's still the Mortal Kombat 2 artwork on there. So I have to imagine it was more finalizing this game list. And I think I can speak for both of us in saying we're happy that it's the game list we had originally seen, or more or less is. I didn't compare them, but all the games we were hoping to get were on there. But Wizard of War was the only one for me that I had never played before.
Yeah, it gets a lot of play on my Legends Ultimate. It's a fun game. Got a lot of play in the arcade as well. It's good game there. And so we talked about a bunch of those. We hit Tapper is also in there, another fun one.
Tapper,
so it's just some really strong stuff. So this is going to be cool. So I lack the arcade space that Mike has to fill out. And we've been pretty clear to kind of say my sights are largely set that floor space needs to be reserved for a Legends pinball system or table. But this is remarkably tempting because of the game selection. And even though I can play all these games on my Legends Ultimate, I think I'd be interested to try and just see if the controllers are a little bit better, the buttons, or kind of the overall gameplay's a little bit better for something like Joust on this system, for this legacy system. So I don't know, thinking about it. So I had a chance to just kind of peruse and look through a little bit of the information that was on the Arcade One website. Is there a price on this thing yet?
No, I would assume so far the legacies have been all priced at the same level. So I would assume it's going to come in with the same price point as those, which I can't remember off the top of my head. So it's right down there.
Yeah.
That's what the price.
That is the current price point.
Yeah, that is the price. But that's what the legacies have been coming in price point wise. And just because we've talked around it, to give people a quick rundown, it's Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat 2, Ultimate or finished Mortal Kombat 3, which did have another update later for home console systems to give it, actually totally finished. Because even on the Ultimate one, replaying it, there are times when you can go to like the edge of the screen and stuff, and the artwork just stops, but there's more floor. So your characters are still fighting over in like unfinished space and things like that.
Okay.
That's great. And that's the patched version.
Mm.
So then we have Joust for Kelly, Defender, Rampage, which I spent quite a bit of time playing.
Oh, I'm a Defender fan too, by the way. So.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on Defender. Rampage, our good friend Vex is a big Rampage fan as well. He has a Rampage cabinet in his living room. Let's see here. Gauntlet. I'm a big Gauntlet fan. I came to Gauntlet later, though.
Yeah, I'm not. I haven't been. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's not one I've had as much exposure to.
Yeah, it's a good game, but that was a later one for me. Paperboy. We're a huge Paperboy household here. I'll get you a picture to include on this. We have a Paperboy magnet on our refrigerator. So this is a Paperboy friendly environment here. Okay. So that'll be really cool to have. Right. Tapper, the Rootbeer Tapper. incarnation of it. So Tapper originally was just called Tapper, and it had like beer taps, and parents complained about that. So it was at some point renamed Rootbeer Tapper. So this is apparently the censored Rootbeer Tapper version of it.
Yeah, near Beer Tapper, it was a sequel. It went over really good.
Yeah. Keep your hands off our games, people.
Yep.
Bubbles, which I don't think I played much of. You?
A little bit. That's a good game. It's fun.
Okay. Toobin, which I've sadly played a lot more than I would like to admit. And of course, Wizard of War, which I haven't played at all.
It's such a strong lineup. The Williams stuff is super strong. So, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be tough to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do now, but it's good to hear it's coming out. More details to come. Right now, that on the site, there's a way to provide your information to be kind of kept updated when they have updates for you.
Yes.
We are going to assume the price point's going to be consistent with the other legacy consistent with the other legacy cabinets, as clearly documented in this video through our extreme preparation.
Which we do. Yeah.
Excellent. Cool. Well,
yeah, it looks great. It's the design with the more finned top to line up with the other legacies. It's also what the Star Wars cabinet has. So I can tell you it is taller than the existing arcade one-ups. Not significantly, but an inch or two taller. And the weight on these is clocking in a little bit more as well. These do seem to be bigger, weightier cabinets.
Okay, cool. Still remains a good time to be a retro gamer. Lots of good options.
Absolutely. And for the people that it matters to, this does have the faux coin door on the front of it. So for those people, they got you.
There you go. That we're still very interested in anyone who's watching and are willing to share what the allure of the coin door is. one that can't actually harvest coins for you. One that's there simply for appearance. What the allure of that is would be awesome for you to educate Mike and I. But more power to you. If that's what you like. This has got it. So awesome.
Yeah, it's got it.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's going to go ahead. We'll wrap this one. Be kind of quick for this show, and be sure to kind of check it out. We'd greatly appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to the channel. Regardless of what our numbers are, regardless of any prizes for what numbers we have, just please like and subscribe. That would be great. And
1,000.
That's all I got for this week.
I did my part.
All right.
It's time for Kelly to come through with his.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.